In a quiet, snow-dusted village nestled against a forest, Marcus, a grieving single father, struggled to move forward after the tragic loss of his wife. His days were consumed by work, and his nights by the ache of absence. For his young daughter, Ella, the world had grown colder, her once bright laughter dimmed by the shadow of their shared sorrow. Watching from the woods was Ivy, a fairy who lived to mend broken hearts. Her touch could ease the deepest wounds, but her magic came with a rule: she could only help those who were willing to heal. One chilly evening, Ivy sensed the weight of Marcus's grief as he wandered into the forest. His shoulders were heavy, his gaze distant. When he sat beneath a sprawling oak tree, staring at a photograph of his late wife, Ivy appeared. At first, Marcus thought she was a vision conjured by his loneliness. Her delicate wings shimmered in the moonlight, and her voice carried a warmth he hadn't felt in years. "Who are you?" he asked, startled. "I'm Ivy," she replied softly. "I help those with broken hearts find a way to heal." Though skeptical, Marcus found himself opening up to her. Her presence was soothing, and her words planted a fragile seed of hope in his heart. Over the following weeks, Ivy visited Marcus, helping him piece together his shattered world. She encouraged him to revisit the joys he once shared with his wife, not as a means to relive the past but to honor it. In time, Marcus began to smile again, and his bond with Ivy deepened. Her kindness felt like sunlight breaking through the clouds, and he found himself drawn to her ethereal beauty and unwavering compassion. But as Marcus began to heal, Ella grew wary. She noticed her father's lighter mood and the glances he stole toward the forest. One evening, she followed him and saw Ivy, glowing softly under the starlit sky. To Ella, Ivy was an intruder, a magical being who threatened to take her father away. Still grieving her mother, Ella couldn't accept the thought of someone new in their lives, let alone someone who seemed too perfect to be real. When Ella confronted Ivy, her words were sharp. "Why are you here? Are you trying to replace my mom? Or take my dad to your magical world?" Ivy knelt before Ella, her eyes filled with understanding. "I would never try to replace what you've lost. Your mother's love is a part of you, forever. I only wish to help your father, and you, find happiness again." But Ella wasn't ready to listen. She withdrew, avoiding Ivy and growing colder toward her father. Heartbroken but determined, Ivy decided to show Ella that love doesn't replace what's lost, it adds to it. She wove a delicate dream for Ella, one that allowed her to see her mother again. In the dream, Ella's mother smiled warmly, cradling her daughter in her arms. "Ella, my love," she said, "no one could ever take my place in your heart. But you have so much room for others. Let them in, and you'll see how love grows." When Ella awoke, tears streamed down her face, but her heart felt lighter. She sought out Ivy and Marcus, hesitant but hopeful. In a heartfelt conversation, Ella shared her fears with Ivy and her father. Ivy assured her that she would never take her father away, and Marcus promised that his love for Ella would always come first. Slowly, Ella began to open her heart to Ivy. They bonded over shared memories of Marcus's quirks and kindness, and together, they created new memories filled with laughter and warmth. As time passed, Ivy became a cherished part of Marcus and Ella's lives. Though Ivy's magic was bound to the forest, she stayed close to the village, her presence a reminder of hope and healing. In the end, their story wasn't about replacing what was lost but about building something new, proof that even broken hearts can find joy again. And under the same sprawling oak tree where it all began, they found a love that didn't erase the past but honored it while embracing the future.